let's go on a trip to Vegas. Okay, yeah, so I'm still 20, and I'm gonna be 20 for about another 6 months. So this was a really weird trip, to say the least, because I couldn't really do much. Obviously, Vegas is known as Sin City, you know, like whatever stays in Vegas, leaves in Vegas. Whatever happens in Vegas, stays in Vegas. So I couldn't do anything. The only thing I could leave behind in Vegas was my shits, because I took a lot of those on this trip. Trust me, we were there for 7 days eating. I really wondered what I could do on this trip, not being 21 when everyone else was. So I guess that was my goal for this whole entire trip. So yeah, you will see at the end that a lot of it did end up being walking around casinos but not doing anything in them, and that's the experience you're gonna get. But yeah, let's see what happens.
It's coming up the fucking escalator. Then why didn't you tell me to go? I didn't hear you.
Obviously, the rat has like 5 different pieces of food.
Yeah, so the first thing we did when we got to the terminal was eat breakfast, and we had some bagels, some really, really good ones. And you'll see these were not the last you'll see of bagels on this trip.
And yeah, after we got those bagels, we ended up waiting about an hour just because there were so many delays happening. Newark, what can you expect? Yeah, EWR is not I don't know. They didn't. I don't know what's going on, but yeah. So we ended up having to wait an hour, and that kind of delayed us on our arrival time, but only about by 5 minutes. The pilot was really great. I don't know what kind of space dimensional rift he cut through to get us on time, despite being like an hour late. But hey, well, that was great. I'm living for it. The first place, of course, the first thing we needed to do was eat. Of course, I don't know if it's not gambling or naked people or getting married. I swear, the one thing you think about when Vegas is food. Like, I guess there's so many different buffets around, and you know, like I think the biggest thing that we could do here for someone that's underage, and it's something that my family kind of geared us towards because of that, is seeing how much food we could eat. And holy smokes, the food is expensive. So the first place we decided to eat was this place called the
Gold Coast.
That's the casino. Inside there's this dim sum place. I don't know what it's called. I just remember calling my mother racist because I heard her say the name for the first time and I thought she was being racist. So I'll just put the name up. The name is right there. You guys are gonna actually see, or like not see, that I didn't really record much of the food that I ate on this trip, and that's because I was too busy stuffing my throat down with food instead of recording it, because, you know, like if I'm not gonna be able to gamble, I might as well eat to my heart's content, and eat we did. I think I gained 6 pounds by the end of this trip. We were there for 1 week. 6 pounds. That's a pound a day. About 1 hour after that, or 2 hours, after eating at the
Gold Coast.
someplace, we went to Carmine's because this is no trip without eating. And yeah, so we had a really great time. We got a collection of pastas. Their bread was cold. I think it was supposed to be cold. Their Caesar salad was delicious. I think that was one of the, that was my favorite food item at the Caesar's Palace at Carmine's. I think that was my favorite piece of food on this entire trip. I don't know what they put. I don't know what kind of crack cocaine they put inside that Caesar salad, but it was amazing. Oh my God, I have dreams of it. It was so good. And I almost cried when I said I wanted Caesar salad and everyone at the table was like, I don't want salad, I'm on vacation. That I was about to kill someone's baby. Gosh. But yeah, that Caesar salad was amazing. And besides that, we got some pastas, we got calamari, you know, just the usual shabam. And that was a great dinner to end off the night.
There's a fire alarm! No, it's just that... I guess we're not playing.
there was a fire alarm. I thought I was going to die. There was a fire alarm. Everyone was running away. Everyone didn't know what they were doing. The store started closing. People were starting running out of the emergency exits. I thought all hell was breaking loose. Oh, yeah.
Hey guys! Welcome back to the channel. Today we got evacuated from Caesar's Palace because there was a fire alarm. It's our first day in Las Vegas, Nevada, and now we're going home because there's a fire. Goodbye, Nevada. Hello, Jersey City.
But yeah, it was a false alarm. Like after about 10 minutes, which is not a short amount of time. That's 10 whole minutes of thinking that this whole place was gonna burn down. But after 10 or so minutes of being outside, all of the alarms stopped. So we just waddled back in, and then we had a new goal in mind.
Okay guys, our goal today is we have 30 minutes. It's 8:30. Fireworks start at 9. Best place to find the fireworks. Let's go.
What do you have to say about these fireworks?
I don't know yet. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, now look in that direction.
Huh?
Now look over there now. Okay, now look at me. And like say whoa. Like whoa. Thank you.
And yeah, that fireworks show was nice. It was nothing to write home about. It wasn't like Disney level, like happiest place on earth, like drone show. Like there's a whole story to it. Now it's just fireworks. So it was really loud, and there was like ash falling on us. It felt like we were about to like be victims to a volcano. It's like the fire was coming back for us, and that's like the ash. I don't know. There was stuff all over our hair. It was a weird experience. We saw like sparks from the fireworks going into buildings, into like windows. I don't know. It's a once in a lifetime thing. Like, yeah. And that brings us to the next day. So this day we wanted to, I guess, explore. So we wanted to get breakfast at this one place called Einstein Bros Bagels. And I thought there was like some Las Vegas West Coast exclusive, like In-N-Out. So I was actually pretty hyped to go. My dad was hyping it up to be like this once in a lifetime opportunity too. But I thought the actual bagels themselves were great. They have a lot of different flavors. Maybe this is coming from a not bagel enthusiast, so I don't know what the best bagel is, but those were pretty smacking. So that was a great breakfast all around. After that, I went to wash my hands and use the restroom. And I was not expecting to have a friend like watching me in the restroom. Like, I don't know who put up like this tape figure of just some person in the bathroom, but it was there anyway to keep me company. And just the whole setup of this bathroom was so weird. It kind of weirded me out. There was an entire just long hallway with a toilet, and it looked like the entrance to like the Ministry of Magic in Harry Potter. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, if you guys know what I'm talking about, that was so freaky.
Say hi.
But yeah, once we got settled in our new hotel, we decided to eat again. The reason why we ate bagels that morning is because we didn't want to ruin our appetites for the lunch that was to come at the Bacchanal Buffet in Caesar's Palace. The most hyped up buffet in Caesar's Palace, because remember, what can you do when you're under 21? Absolutely nothing besides get fat. So we spent most of our time trying to wiggle our way through without being outside, because when we went outside, that heat was atrocious. I thought that I was in Satan's butt cheeks because it was just way, way, way too hot.
Is it hot today?
It's very hot.
Yeah, I'm told
Yeah, and then we entered the Bellagio. This would not be the last time we entered the Bellagio, because we actually got lost later that day and apparently found our way into the Bellagio, but it's a really nice, really, really nice hotel. Considering a lot of people are just here to gamble, I'm very surprised that the ambiance is so nice, and they all really, really keep up with their themes. It's actually, it's very impressive. Yeah, and then we finally made it to the Bacchanal Buffet, and I will say, it was so underwhelming. Like, there's no way we spent like $100 per person, and I don't know. I just left disappointed. Like, it was. I don't know. I think that we did so much research into like what is like the best thing here, and thinking of like how great it would be, that when we actually got there in person, it truly, at least to me, didn't live up to the hype. I don't understand. Like, I'm a huge eater, but everything there was just like average. I could have found that at my like local buffet over here for $20. I couldn't have, but like, so, you know, just for that price point, I think that you could have done a lot better. And then, yeah, we finally got into our new hotel room, and I think our whole entire family was just in awe about the amenities that this hotel or this room had to offer. So it's 2-bed, 2-bath with a full kitchen, and we slept about 7 people here. And it came with a projector. That was, I think, the coolest thing there, because I was not expecting a room to have a projector. That was really cool. Yeah, and then a little mishap happened where I vomited some juice all over my sink. I was drinking juice, and my aunt made me laugh so hard that it squirted out of my nose, and I really didn't want to ruin anything because it's all carpeted. So I ran to the sink as fast as I could, and it all just fell out there. So that was great. Looked like a murder scene. Yeah, and after that, I kind of just left the core four. Me, my mom, my dad, and my mother. And we spent the next day, I guess, finally deciding to go out and explore in the middle of the day. We decided to bear the heat and walk our way over to wherever we wanted to.
Yeah, we eventually got led over to the Venetian. We saw the people in the little striped shirts singing over to the tourists, and it definitely reminded me of Venice, I will say, when we went a few years back. So it was great seeing that. But of course we couldn't stop for long, because our actual end goal was Mandalay Bay, and it was a pretty far distance away, so we actually took an Uber from the Venetian over there. At that point we were kind of just burning time since we made it to our final destination, so we ended up walking over to the Luxor because it was a connected place.
Kendrick, you can't show underage drinking.
I'm 22.
No one is gonna guess that.
And that place looked crazy. The pyramid and everything. Wow, it was something else. Yeah, of course we did some sightseeing there, seeing all the hieroglyphics and statues. And then we made our way over to the Excalibur, which was also connected to the Luxor and the Mandalay Bay.
Oh yeah.
So the reason why we were here is because our parents actually booked a surprise show for us. We watched Michael Jackson 1 over at the Mandalay Bay, and that show was awesome. But after the performance, we decided to walk home instead of taking another Uber back, and it was great. Seeing everything at night, especially the Excalibur with the whole castle theme, was awesome. And also we passed New York, New York, which was kind of like being right next door to home. So it was very great because I was getting a little homesick being in Vegas for so long. And walking through Vegas really felt like being in Times Square. So I guess it also felt like New York because of just all the neon lights anyway. So it was definitely an experience. I've never been to the Times Square at night, but you know, that's what I feel like it would look like. Then we ended our night with a quick little dinner near our hotel, and then we were off. We had to go to sleep early because the next day we were heading to the Grand Canyon. So our drive there was pretty chill. It was about an hour and a half. And a bit way through that journey, we found this place called The Last Stop. So we assumed it was the last stop before the Grand Canyon and there was nothing else afterwards. So we hopped inside and we saw, of course, the cute little aliens from Area 51. And we also saw this Trump Zoltar machine, which is absurd. I've never seen anything like it before.
My pronouns are USA.
And they definitely catfished us because once we got in our car after getting some last-minute souvenirs, we passed by, right after the last stop, another truck stop, another gas station with a Starbucks nearby. So we really thought that was a little sketchy, I'm not gonna lie. But hey, it brought us in, so it was, I guess, a tourist trap. And then eventually, yeah, we made it to the Grand Canyon. We made it to the west part. It's not north or south, so this isn't kind of a national park part, but it was okay nonetheless.
Guys, we have made it to the Grand Canyon, the west part. How are you feeling?
Actually, not that bad weather-wise.
Yeah, because it's 9 a.m. It's
For
only
now.
gonna get 20
For
degrees
now.
hotter from here. Kill me. Lovely spot, though. Two lovers. I forgot the rest of the song.
When I was a child, I had to go through this entire canyon, 400 miles to get to school.
The views were absolutely stunning. It was amazing. We even got on the skywalk thing where you're basically on glass. Everyone was a little too scared to be walking on it, but I thought it was amazing. It was really cool and you could really see under you too. We didn't spend too much time there though because it was so hot, so we really just went back home and rebooted ourselves until the night when we went to downtown Las Vegas. That place was something special. It felt like more Times Square than Times Square because the whole entire top was a covered top where it was just filled with neon lights and it was spectacular. It was amazing. Oh my gosh, I have like no words to describe what I saw. We did find this place called Heart Attack Grill, where if you're over 350 pounds, you eat free, and they have a scale, and that thing was so funny. That was such a cool tourist trap, and I would love to have eaten there for free if I was 350 pounds. Yeah, so after about an hour and a half, we decided to go home, turn in for the night, because it was our last day. And the next morning, we actually had our last reservation for our last buffet at the Wynn, and I will say, this was immaculate. I think this is the best meal we've had besides that Caesar salad I talked about earlier. I think that the Wynn in general was just such a very elevated vibe. I don't know why, all of these places in Vegas were already so nice, but this one was just amazing. So we waddled around, had a little bit of fun, we looked at this little garden, and it was a very relaxing way to end our stay at Vegas. So yeah, I guess that kind of puts a wrap on our trip to Vegas. I really say that if you're under 21 and you really want to go, then you should. It's a really nice way to spend time with family, but you're not going to be able to do much besides, I guess, pay money to see shows and whatnot. So, hey, it's up to you. And of course, there's always food.